Welcome to Coffee and Resales. It's Monday and it's good. $200 plus in sales this weekend off of 9 sales. So that's a good return. And I snagged a bundle of stuff too. And we'll go over that first. And then we'll get to the sale. We're going to go this first. Yeah, we'll go over that first. Because not a huge grab on the weekend. But I got some stuff, and I'll show you. First off, Star Wars gun. I like grabbing Star Wars guns. Lightsabers, I need to get a little more. I think the lightsabers you can get from Disney are worth a little bit, the Build-A-Saber stuff. But your regular one-piece sabers that just flip out and the kids battle with, or I battle with the kids, done that before, those aren't worth as much. I have come across like movie quality replicas and sold those for a decent little bit, but for the most part this was $2. Pew pew. But I like grabbing the blasters when I see them. They particularly for $2 or less, because these tend to do okay, even if I got a lot of them. Next up, books to lot up. Babysitters Club books, 50 cents a piece. I pull these and sell them $2 to $3 each, lotted up in a batch. They're not the fastest movers, but they're pretty consistent. With how fast I can sell these books. So, that's a good find. And finally, I didn't even look this one up. It was $3, so I grabbed it. It is like a World War II airplane model, Stuka by Academy, unbuilt. So, I'll pick up just about any unbuilt model for $3 or less. I can sell them. Minimum I can get my money back for them at the flea market, but usually I can make a little bit of money on it. So, there's that. Okay, was that all my finds? I think that's all my finds for this weekend. And now on to the good stuff. 9 sales, over $200. And we'll start at the beginning. And most of these sales were, and I don't know that any of these are like liquidate this, get this out of here sale. There's one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's two. I gotta grab a couple here. Right there. Boom. I think I showed that I posted these late last week. Battlestar Galactica, 2 books, $8. This was part of that really big haul I got, I guess last month, January, sometime, of a whole bunch of sci-fi, like Conan novels that I kept, and a whole lot of sci-fi. Actually, a few others sold here. A whole bunch of sci-fi stuff got dumped. I got pretty much all of it that was worth anything. And these two Battlestar Galactica books, $8. These are the type of books they lot up pretty well individually. They don't, but that was good there. Next up, the other low one. Stephen Donaldson series books. These 4 went for $10, but I think part of that was condition. I have sold. These aren't the best shape. I have consistently sold these. I think if they were in better shape, I probably could have gotten a little bit more for them, but they're out the door. And that's nice. So I've been sitting on some of those for a while. So it's good to get those out the door. All right, on to the better stuff. This was out of that sci-fi haul. It was a bunch of the horror stuff. T.D. Klein, Dark Gods. This falls into that 1980s horror realm. 2222? Is that what this went for? Yeah. 2222. I think I started this or closer to 50 and just kind of kept pulling it down a little bit at a time. And finally got a hit on it. $22. I think this guy's a good author to snag. And for anything he's got. T.D. Klein. Some of the stuff he wrote was, I don't think it was a lot of production for it. So that's why that goes for a little bit. Next up. Come on. Where'd you go? Here we go. This, actually, I grew up with. It is a Hummel pull-string musical wall picture. Plays the Happy Wanderer. Plays the Happy Wanderer. This was always with our Christmas stuff growing up. I don't know if it's strictly a Christmas item. Let's call it Christmassy. But you pull the string and it plays the music and it's in good shape. So, like I said, it's Hummel. Have the box with it. $20. So it was nice to snag that, get that flipped around. Honestly, that may have been what this thing cost new, or maybe even more. So here we go with that. Next up, as you can see, the sales are getting good. African American Heritage Hymnal 2001 hardcover, $25. Again, hymnals. Grab the hymnals. Look them up. Don't automatically assume they're worth it. This one obviously was, even at $2. By getting it at $2. But and there's a handful of hymnals I don't need to look up. But learn your hymnals, particularly in the South. I think these things pop up more often than when you pay attention. They're going to pop up a good bit. A lot of people do have them at home. So grab them when you see them at the thrift stores. But I say, particularly in the South, you're probably likely to find some. If you see a dump of, I've gotten before, like a church donates them to Goodwill. Snag them up, flip them. So there you go. Next up. Where are we at? Here we go. United States Constitution and the Federalist Papers. It's a Sweetwater Press. This is a pretty book. People like pretty books. They like putting them on. I've said this before. I think there is a market for nice looking books for people to put in the backgrounds for when they do Zoom calls. So, somebody actually may read this, but this is a really nice, really well bound, really pretty book. Pretty books sell. Sell pretty books. So, $15. Next up. And we are rolling. We keep rolling with this stuff. That's how good this thing has been getting. So remember this from last week? Sauron Defeated. This is from 92. This is Christopher Tolkien writing something or other. Never quite understood, but Christopher Tolkien is sort of kind of putting out a bunch of his dad's, a bunch of J.R.R. Tolkien's notes and compiling things and putting them all together. This is the History of Middle-earth, Volume 9. This is the hardback. So I think that there's some paperbacks of it that don't sell as well. This one does, because it sold for $50. $50. Boom! There we go. We'll get to this later. Next up. Some of these a little longer than I thought I would, but they are here. Disney records. These are 21 Disney Storybook and Record Lot, 33 1/3 records. A lot of the Princess movies. I kind of grew up with some similar stuff. So all the movies through the 60s, 70s, and 80s, that these are put on records, and a handful of few other things here and there. Poppins. So 21 of these sold for $60. So good little haul there. Where did I get those? I don't remember I got those at all. Not sure. Anyway. Finally, the big deal. Alien. $80. First edition, first printing, Alien from the Science Fiction Book Club back in, I don't know what year. But, hardcover. I went ahead and put some plastic around it to keep it safe. When I put it up, $80. So, deals are out there. Stuff sells. You gotta know what you're looking for. Science fiction sells. You gotta know what you're looking for. Anyway, that was that. I got a bunch of stuff boxed up, and I gotta do a good job of it. Alien is getting boxed. I'm not putting it just in a padded mailer to send out. Tolkien is getting boxed. I am not just putting it in a padded mailer to send out. My standard there is probably, I may box up that TED client. Depends on if I have a box that works. That's a coin flip. My $20 to $30, depending on what it is and condition, is whether or not I just do a pad mailer or box up. Over $30, you should be boxing your stuff up. And if it's books, even though books don't break, box it up, protect it, get that good feedback. So, any dang way. Y'all have a good time out there. Hope y'all sold some stuff. Heard some people having it slow. Heard some people doing okay. So, it depends. So, like, comment, subscribe. Post down in the comments how your weekend went. Did you sell stuff? Did you find stuff? How's garage sale season starting out for you? So, let's get it done.